Hi guys. All right. So let's look at our planner. We only have about 2.5 more weeks. So we have this week and kind of half of next week because we go till the 21st. I put 3 more weeks because basically it's 3 weeks, but it's not that big of a deal. So over here on our weekly planner, I put for English language, you're going to have the book that you're reading. You're going to do the character setting and summary. For math, we have multiplying fraction test cards. Science is going to be energy roles of chemical and physical changes. And for our social emotional, we're going to have personal strengths. So personal strengths can be anything. It can be if you're super intellectual, which I know that I have some smarty pantses in my class, which I love. It can be perseverance. It can be athletics. It can be creativity. If you're musically inclined, it can be all those things. For me personally, I put creativity. I like to draw. I like to write. For me, that's my thing. And I try to bring some of that creativity to my job. And that's kind of what you want. I mean, how can you use that for your future goals? And future goals, I mean, someday you're going to have a job and you're going to want to be able to incorporate that stuff into your job. The things that you enjoy doing. So for language arts, I read Fortunately the Milk by Neil Gaiman, and it was a super wonderful book. I love this book. I highly suggest it. It was funny. It was weird. It was wonderful. It had aliens and pirates, and I mean, just everything under the sun. So it was great. So I took my book, and I don't know what yours look like. I vaguely remember I put it together, but I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't really remember if it looks like this one. So I put one together for me, and I got the character wheel. So I have my character, and what were their feelings, their actions, their thoughts, and their character traits. What were they like? And then I don't know if I put this compare and contrast. I didn't compare and contrast my character or my stuff. I just put in the character, the settings, the plot, and the theme. So that's all that I did for mine. Over here on the other one, I put my summarizing. So it's going to be your main character. Someone wanted to, what did the character want? But what was the problem? So how did the character respond to the problem? Then what was the resolution? What was the end? So I wrote down all of my stuff, and then I took that and I put it into a summary of the book over here. All right, now Cat ate my homework, so that's kind of why it looks like that. Mine isn't as nice. Again, I got to eat in a little bit. So that's for our English language. Now, for our multiplication or our math, we have multiplication task cards. So you have some that they look a little, you're going to have some that have your fractions on it. You're going to have some that just have the problem on it. And then you're going to have some that are going to be a word problem. And all these are going to work basically the same. Now, you're probably looking at, you just have a whole number here. How do you work that? How are you supposed to make that multiply it? Okay, now just remember you have your multiplication chart here. You can use it if you need it. You're going to record your answers on your recording sheet, your score sheet here. So here's how I did mine. So I'm going to do number 6. Okay, so number 6 was 6 times 4/5. 6 times 4/5. So I have 6 times 4/5. Can I just leave it like that? I'm going to have to come over here and take my number, and I'm going to have to turn it into a fraction. So remember, if it's bigger on top, you're going to have a whole number. So if this is bigger on top, you're just going to put a 1. So that you know that this is a whole number. Now we're just going to multiply like usual. So we're going to go 6 times 4 is 24. 1 times 5 is 5. Wait a minute. We have 24 times over 5. Can we do that? No, that's an improper fraction. So to make it into a mixed number that we can understand when we're looking at, say, pies, we're going to go ahead and we're going to multiply. So I'm going to multiply my denominator by my numerator. So 5 divided by 24. Now the closest that 5 is going to get into 24 without going over, because 5 times 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, that's too much. What is going to be 4? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so 4 times 5 is 20. 24 minus 20 is 4. So what we have up here is how many times it'll go into it completely to make a whole. So we have our whole number, our numerator, and our denominator. So when I go to write this, I'm going to put my 4 over here. So 4 and 4/5. Okay, so if we're going to look at the whole problem, we have our 6 over 1. 6 times 4 is 24. 1 times 5 is 5. We divide it, and then we get 4 and 4/5. So I'm going to go ahead and record that right here in number 6. Now, if we want to check it, I can come over here to my answers. Number 6 is 4 and 4/5. Yeah, boy, we got it right. So it's just that easy. And you're going to do that with all of them. Like I said, if you have any problems, you can always use your answer sheet. Or you can email me. You can call me. Whatever you need, I can try to help you the best that I can. Now, that is for our math. For our science, we have our energy roles. So chemical changes and physical changes. What is a chemical change and what is a physical change? This is probably my favorite one that I have sent you guys so far. So I sent everybody some popcorn. Is this a chemical change or is this a physical change? Did it change physically or did it change chemically? Now, you also have vinegar and you have baking soda. So when you pour your baking soda into your vinegar, do you have a physical? Whoa. Wow. Did you get a physical change or a chemical change? So remember, our vinegar is a liquid, a solid. That's our baking powder. And when it made all those bubbles, that was a gas. So it was a chemical change. Now, when we have our popcorn, it's a physical change. Now look at this. We can see right here that we have the kernel that it came out of. It just changed physically. It did not change chemically. It didn't turn into a different chemical. It didn't turn into a gas. It didn't turn into a liquid. It just changed physically. It changed into another solid. So if your vinegar didn't work, vinegar does have a shelf life. So I am so sorry if yours didn't work, because I just did it a minute ago and it did nothing. All of my baking powder just went straight to the bottom, and I did not get all those fizzes like I just did. Like right now, it's still even fizzing. So, but I hope you enjoy your popcorn, and that's what we're going to be doing this week. If you have any questions or comments or anything, go ahead and email me or call me or whatever you need to do, and I'll try to help you the best that I can. Just 2.5 more weeks, guys. You guys have been amazing. I sent out letters to you guys last week just telling you how amazing you are and how proud of you guys I am. And there's also another letter in there. If you want to send a letter back to me and tell me what you've been up to and what you've been doing and how amazing it's been not being in school and just what you've been doing, I'd love to hear from you. All right. Okay. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you later.